Your spine might be aging faster than the rest of your body, and the reason might be simpler than you think. In this video, I'm going to show you my top 5 exercises to take care of your spine on a regular basis. You may have heard of the term, you are as old as your spine is flexible. And there's a reason for that, because if you have a stiff and rigid spine, you are more predisposed to pain, poor posture, and limited mobility. You're not able to move as freely as you age. And I want to tell you that this is avoidable if you can work and learn how to move and strengthen your spine intentionally. The problem with our modern lifestyle is that we are sitting in chairs for prolonged periods of time. This will often lead us to feeling really stiff in our body and the feeling of feeling old. And a lot of this is preventable if we can bring more movement into our spine and our whole bodies in our everyday life. Most of us know your cat-cow done on all fours is really great for spine mobility, but even better is if you can articulate the spine from vertebra to vertebra. So how do you do that? You come onto all fours here, and we start in our extended spine. So dropping the middle of the back, lifting the head, chest, and tailbone. Now from here, we start to flex the spine from the base of the spine. So we tuck the tailbone, then the lower back starts to flex. Then the middle back starts to flex. The upper back starts to flex, and then the head looks down. So we're trying to go for one vertebra at a time. So again, from the bottom, now we do extension, lower back, extension, middle back, extension, upper back, and looking up. So this is your articulating cat-cow. We're really working on segmental control, one vertebra at a time. It can take a while to develop this brain to body connection, but once you can develop it, you can really make a lot of progress in the ability of your spine to move one vertebra at a time. So the next one's rotation. It's a really important movement for our vertebra to be able to rotate upon one another and be able to rotate our whole spine. So not just get all our movement from our upper back or just our lower back. We want the whole spine to be able to rotate. So a great exercise that you can add in as a movement snack. So any time of the day, you just need to grab a wall, step about a foot in front, feet underneath your hips. Now from here, we're going to rotate to the right. You'll get a little bit of movement through the pelvis, but as much as you can, try and push the pelvis to rotate in the opposite direction. So if I'm going to the right, I'm almost going to try and rotate my pelvis to the left. So there's a bit of a counter rotation. And with the opposite hand, I'm just going to try and touch the wall behind me. So I'm going to, and also look back. So my neck rotates as well. I come through, rotate, get that touch, come in, rotate, get that touch. And trying not to shorten your spine as you rotate and trying not to overextend the spine. We want to be stacked, rib cage stacked on top of your pelvis, and just rotating from side to side to get that nice fluid movement happening through the spine. You want to do this exercise, you want to repeat it quite a bit. So you might do something like 20 each side, so 40 in total. And you can do that, honestly, you can do that as an exercise on its own any time of the day. So side bending is another really important direction that we want to keep visiting in our spine. There's actually many ways you can load side bending to make sure that our vertebra maintain being strong as we move through this. Because if osteoarthritis develops because of lack of movement, you will find that the osteophytes will come on the joint surface on the sides, and that can actually limit our ability to side bend. So it's really important that we do rotation and we do side bending. This is one that I like because it also works your core. Really important to keep a strong spine. So I have my right knee down, my left leg is straight and out to the side. Now, a couple of positions. The easiest position with your hands would be to cross them around your chest. A little bit harder will be to have them here. Even more pressure on your core, you can, like you're holding a ball above your head. So you choose your position. From here, stable base. I come into a C spine, so a side bend, pure side bending to the side. And then I use my side waist, exhale, and come back up. So over, side bend, exhale, come back up. So I'm using my side benders of my core, I'm getting my spine into as much side bending as I can and going against gravity to come back up. So we'll do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. I'd probably be doing 10 on one side, and then of course don't forget you have to do the other side. Whatever position you do on that side, you want to match it on the other side. So going over, testing how far you can go from side to side. Exhale, come back up, using your core to match it. So don't forget on that one to do both sides. So spine extension is a really great movement to revisit often in our spine, because naturally as we get older, we're going to want to go into more kyphosis, which is avoided if we can maintain our ability to get into spine extension. So a really simple daily movement is you can bring your fingertips pointing downwards to the back of your legs, roll the shoulders down and back and pull the elbows together. I like to have a small little tuck of my tailbone, so the movement is more going to be in my upper back than my lower back. And then from here, I can open my chest, start to look up and lean back. Now you can push your hips forward for this one a little bit, and that's going to open up the front body, the hip flexors, which is going to feel so nice. So roll the shoulders down and back, open the chest, come into your spine extension, looking up, and then return back and look forward. Roll the shoulders down and back, spine extension, and look forward. Roll the shoulders down and back, keep the neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. And it's just such a nice one to counter all the things that we do forward through the day. Have us think about hanging for our grip strength and our shoulder strength, and yes, it's amazing for those benefits, but it's also a great exercise for spine decompression. So opening up and lengthening, elongating our spine, especially if we have any disc issues or old chronic pain or tightness where there's guarding in our back, hanging is a great exercise. It may take some getting used to. So to start with, you might have to keep your feet onto the ground and get used to taking all the weight through your arms, but eventually you can take the knees off. And if you can hold here somewhere between 30 to 60 seconds, breathing, you can always move, do some gentle twists. And it's best if you can do this daily, and you will find it will get easier as you practice. A little bonus tip to really maintain and work on your spine health is to sit on the floor more. So to do this and make it comfortable and not put too much tension on your spine, I recommend getting a couple of blocks, a bolster, a meditation cushion, and from here have your hips elevated above your knees. So when your hips are elevated above your knees, you're able to be more free in your spine. See how I'm able to access neutral spine, neutral curve without doing any extra work on my spine. But in general, just moving from position to position and changing positions on the floor. So I'd probably recommend spending about 10 minutes a day transitioning through some different floor positions is going to have a really great effect on your spine, because our hip flexors attach from our spine to our lower limb. So we want to make sure we're always working on our hip mobility, our hip length, and spending time on the floor is just a really easy way to get that extra movement in your day. Okay, so now you've seen the exercises. I encourage you to give them a go yourself. Do them regularly. Leave us a comment below if you give it a try and let us know how it feels on your spine. If you want more, we have the A-Life Express, which is our membership that gives you a daily movement practice. We always include spine mobility as part of that practice. You only need 15 to 20 minutes each day to get up and move your body, and I promise you'll feel better for it. We do have a 7-day free trial, so check it out in the description below. Remember to like this video if it was helpful and share it with anyone who needs to hear this.